Erev Tov and Shalom Aleichem, Shavua Tov and Chodesh Tov. We already made the Kiddush Levana this last Motzei Shabbos. And we're continuing with our Dvar Malchus Shir. Tonight we're going to have a Siyum Be'ezos Hashem with Hashem's help. And we're holding in Parshas Tzav, in the portion of Tzav, and in the hard copy, we're holding in the middle of Ois Tesvav, the middle of letter 15. In the PDF file, it's page 15, and in the hard copy, it's page 33. Might be it could be already page 16 in the PDF file. Whoever has it open can check. We're on the paragraph that starts U'Moshe noisen koyach lechol echad ve'echad miYisrael. Give everyone time to catch up and to find the place, and we'll start with the siyum. We were learning in this week's parsha, the parsha that we're learning, in Parshas Tzav. So we learned about the concept of Moshe Rabbeinu, about the chapter that starts Tefillah LeMoshe, the prayer to Moshe, Isha Elokim, the godly man. And the Rebbe stresses that this is the whole idea, this is the whole concept, to bring down that Moshe Rabbeinu is the one, page 16. Okay, thank you. The PDF file, it's on page 16. The Rebbe says that the whole essence of Moshe Rabbeinu is to bring down the Hashemliness into the mundane world, and therefore he was the intermediate between the spiritual realms and the material realm. This is Tefillah LeMoshe Isha Elokim. This is the prayer to Moshe, the man of God. From his loins up, he was godly, and from his loins down, he was human. And this is something that we have to go into have under our consideration when we do when we learn Torah, when we do any mitzvah, that it should not remain only in the academic realm of Torah study, but it should be brought down into Maisa, into action, into everyday life, machshava, dibra, and Maisa, thought, speech, and action. Let alone when we're talking about the mitzvahs themselves, when we observe the mitzvahs. So it is a matter of not only observing the mitzvahs for the sake of going and doing something right or not doing something wrong, but it literally is connecting with Hashem, and through our connection with Hashem, we bring about Hashemliness here in this mundane world, and ultimately bringing about the greatest revelation of Hashem's light here in this world, with the Geula Hashlema V'Amitis, the true and complete redemption. The Rebbe goes on in the Ois Tesvav and says as follows: A person might come and ask, okay, Moshe Rabbeinu is Moshe Rabbeinu, so it's no wonder, that he has the ability to go and to draw down this godly light down into the mundane world. But where do we have the ability? Where do we have the strength to do such a thing? And here the Rebbe comes and tells us that Moshe Rabbeinu empowers each and every Jewish individual. Bifrat al yedei b'chinas Moshe shebay. And this is specifically in regard to the factor of Moshe, which is in each and every Jew, because each and every one of us has that factor, which is called Moshe. Hamashpia al avodosa b'feil, and this has an influence on our service to Hashem in an actual manner. Sheigale b'atzmei as hatzadik. That what does this mean? That each and every one of us has the ability to reveal within us the tzaddik, sheboy, the tzaddik which is in each and every one of us. Ve'amech kulam tzaddikim. As the Novi Yeshayahu comes and says, and your nation, they are all righteous, they are all tzaddikim. Kfishu kosherim tzaddik Hashem b'chol drochav, as it is connected with the words in Tehillim, that Hashem is righteous in all his ways. Tzadik Hashem b'chol drochav. Val yedei zeh, and through this, yaseh b'shleimus es avedaseh shel tzadik. We will be able to fulfill our service in its completion, the service of tzadi. Tzadi, in other words, the letter tzadi, or the chapter in Psalms tzadi, which is chapter 90, that we have been expounding up. The Rebbe has been expounding upon throughout this entire sikha. To go and to give ourselves over entirely to the side of Torah, because tzadi is made up of, we learned, made up of two words. Tzad, the side of, tzad means side in Hebrew, of Yud, of Hashem. Yud represents Hashem. So that this gives us the ability to go and to give ourselves, totally designate ourselves to the side of Torah and not the other side, chas v'shalom. And in a manner that it becomes a tzadi, legamri, totally. So in this manner, there isn't even any notion shel tzad noisaf, of any other side. There's only one side. It's the side of holiness, and that's it. And this is in regard to ourselves, each and every one of us. And this is also in regard to the influencing of other Jews. With the spreading of Torah, and the spreading of Judaism, and the spreading of the well springs of Chassidus outwards, and also to have an influence in regard to the nations of the world, the Gentiles of the world, in regard to their 7 commandments, the 7 Noahide laws. Just by the way, we in the letter that is sent out every week, and the invitation for the shir, we brought what the Rebbe mentions in Parshas Yisro, in the portion of Yisro, that the outgoing maskona, the sikum, the summary of Yud Shvat is one of the points that the Rebbe brings is that each and every one of us, man, woman, and children, should see to it that we should have an influence, take under our wing an additional 10 people, that we should have influence on them in regard to the study of Torah, the observance of mitzvahs, and all this, the study of Torah and the observance of mitzvahs, in a manner that goes beyond all limitations, or is the ispariu minay, like the highlights that Moshe had anxiety from when he saw these lights, or this godly light by Paro. This is what we are meant to be doing here and now, this week. Find 10 people, influence them, and influencing them in regard to Torah and mitzvahs doesn't mean that they have to become frum overnight. Influencing them is that they should hear an amazing miracle story of the Rebbe, or that they should come to a class, to a Dvar Malchus class, that once a week. Even smaller steps. I mean, whatever. That when they wake up, open their eyes, they should thank Hashem. They should say Maidani. They should say Shema Yisrael before they go to bed. Something small, the slightest thing, but to find 10 people and to have an influence on them, and it could be our family, it could be our acquaintances, it could be whoever it might be. Anyway, the Rebbe goes on and says, and by the way, according to what we see here, to go and have an influence, it could be also on Ummas Ha'olam, on the nations of the world. It could be also upon people that are not Jewish. Lahavdil. The Rebbe goes on and says, And in regard to this, we come and we want to utilize another happening, another encounter, Leisofa ba'avedas Hashem, in regard to the adding in the service to Hashem. B'ashgocha protis, the Rebbe says, by divine providence, Yotzo la'er bayamim elu. It was printed in these days. The Rebbe says, Hachlota mispar mea ve'arba, a resolution 104. What is resolution 104? Gematria tzadi, which is the numerical value of the word, or not the letter, but the numerical value of the letter tzadi as it is spelled out. Tzadik, tzadi, dalid, yud. 90, and yud is 100, and dalid is 4. Mi beis hanivchorim. It was published. It was publicized from the House of Congress. Shel Medina zu, from this country, the Rebbe says, the United States. Ba'ei hakoyach shel Medina kula, and they, the House of the Congress, they are the ones that are appointed by the entire nation. Sheyesh lahem hakoyach de dina de Malchus dina, that they have the power of the dina, the din, that which is the law of the Malchus, of the nation, of the kingdom, is dina, is the law according to Torah that has to be followed. Obviously, as long as it doesn't contradict the laws of the Torah. Dina Malchus din. In regard to the designating of the day, the 12th day, L'chodesh Nisan, excuse me, the day, the 11th, Yom Ashtei Asar Yom, the 11th day of the month of Nisan, which is obviously, as we know, the Rebbe's birthday. Deshana Zu, but it was that particular year, 5752, 1992, as a designated day in order to strengthen the good education, and that which is similar. Yesedas b'yishuv ha'olam, foundations in regard to the settling of the world. Avur kol teshvei hamedina, and this is for all the people of the nation. V'chol toshavei ha'olam, and for all the people of the entire world. The Rebbe goes on to say, "V'la says ad beif and the tzaddik," and to do this even to the extent of doing it in a manner of tzaddik. Lehagia gam bechutza she'in chutza mimena. In other words, to go and to be able to reach the outside, which is totally there is no outside that is more distant than this, that is defined more distant than this outside. Vad gosham yuchedes be'yin shazman grama. And this specifically is stressing a concept that has to do with the times that we are in. That was then. Obviously, it's eternal, so it's now also. Sipuk kol tzorchei hachag, to go and to see to it that all the needs of the holiday are going to be given le'elu hanitzrochim lazeh, to those that are in need of this. Tzorchei haSeder, the needs of the night of the Seder, of Passover, of Pesach, matzahs, and the Rebbe enumerates matzahs, dalet keses, and the wine for the 4 cups of wine that we drink the night of the Seder, v'tzorchei Yom Tov, and all the needs of Yom Tov, of the holiday. Bichlal, in general, big day Yom Tov, garments, new garments for the members of the family, u'ma'achole Yom Tov, and foods for the holiday, v'chayetze b'zeh, and similar. V'yesh le'erev. We're talking about Parshas Tzav, and this is the Shabbos Hagodol. This is the Shabbos before the holiday of Pesach, and therefore the Rebbe is speaking about this on a more detailed basis. V'yesh le'erev de'sinyan neisaf, and the Rebbe comes and says that there is a need to go and to arouse people in regard to another concept, bekesher im zeh, that is connected with this. In places that public and general Passover seders are being run and set. There are numerous places that made preparations to run only one seder for Passover. Biglal chesron kesef v'chayotze b'zeh. And this is due, unfortunately, this was due to the fact that they didn't have money, they didn't have the financial ability to go and to make more than one seder. In Chutz La'aretz, outside Israel, so we hold 2 nights of Passover. In the first night, the first holiday, the first Seder, we have one, and then the following night we have a second Seder. And it is extremely needed, the Rebbe says, that people should make the greatest of efforts to run and to hold 2 sdorim in Chutz La'aretz, not just one. Al kol panim, at least lechalik es ha'hitzois l'shnei aleilis, to divide the costs to 2 nights. In other words, to do everything that is possible in order to go and to have 2 nights of Pesach, 2 nights of the Seder. Ubevadai, and certainly lo yizdakiku lozeh, they will not have any need for this. Since the Holy One, blessed be He, Vada Yivarech, certainly He will bless V'isapek la'iskim, and He will provide all those that are dealing with this, as kol hamitztarach, with everything that they need, v'yesem, and even more than this. In other words, they won't have to come to going collecting and asking for financial help. They'll have everything they need and way beyond this. And may it be Hashem's will, that the completion of the prayer shall come to fruition. The prayer of Moshe shall come to its fruition, and also in regard to the Moshe, which is in each and every one of the Jewish nation. Tefillah Moshe Isha Elokim, a prayer to Moshe, the man of God. V'hi neyam Hashem Elokeinu Aleinu. What is this prayer? May Hashem's bliss, may Hashem's goodness, Hashem, our Hashem, be upon us. Tishre Shechina b'maisiyad yedechem, that there shall be the Shechina, the divine presence, shall reign within the actions of the works of our hands, the Ma'aseinu v'Avidaseinu, in our actions and in our service, b'meshech zman hagolus, throughout the entire the period of exile that we've been in, almost 2,000 years, Rahman litzlan, the teichef umiyad mamish, and immediately, in actuality, literally, ha'ikr, the main thing, the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi, that this should be in the 3rd Beis HaMikdash, Mikdash Adni Kedenu Yodecha, the temple of Hashem, your hands, both Hashem's hands, shall give shall give not just not just that it should be temporary, but it should be a permanent Beis HaMikdash. And that's why we say that the 3rd and the eternal Beis HaMikdash is the Shlishi V'Hanitzchi, the 3rd and the eternal. And should be Teichef Umiyad Mamesh, with these goals of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach. No, we have a siyum, so we can say all together, Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek, and we'll be able to start at least one paragraph from the next Sikha. The following Sikha is Yud Aleph Nisan. It's a blessing that that was given to the Rebbe in honor of his birthday. It was the night of the night Monday night, early Yom Gimel, and it was Yud Aleph Nisan that year. This was 5,751, and the blessing is like this. This is the blessing that the Rebbe gives back to all the Chassidim, to the entire people. Just as in regard to the order that we find in the Torah, the order is that in regard to what the person has come to culmination, a person that has made a siyum, posach lehem, so also the Torah has opened and begun for them. So also, just like we find in the Torah, we see that the holiday of Simchas Torah, we not only finish the book, the fifth book, Sefer Dvarim, but we also at the same time we begin the Sefer Bereshis with the creation of the world. So also we, as the children of Israel, we also have to have this hanhoga, this type of behavior. That in regard to how we have finished, and it's so appropriate because we've just made a siyum, we see that afterwards comes the continuation, and the beginning and the opening of the concept. That comes afterwards, that comes after this, in a manner that it is a continuous, a perpetual action, not something that is a one-time thing, one shot, but it's a continuous and perpetual action. Ad al kol hashonim kulam, to the extent that this has an effect on all the years to come. The Rebbe says that since we have just heard the ending, and as we said, this is the ending of the blessing that the Chassidim gave the Rebbe, that I will bless them, posach lehem, he shall open to them, gam be'inyan zeh, also in this concept of I will bless you. And the Rebbe goes on to bless the people that are present at the proclamation of the blessings that were given to the Rebbe in a manner of va'ani avarachem, and I will bless them. No, Yechi Adonenu Moreno V'Rabbeinu, and we have a continuation, a perpetual continuation for all the years to come, to follow, if not immediately now here in the Beis Hamikdash of Shlitah Nitzchi with the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMashiach, at least Bezrat Hashem next week Monday. And everyone, make sure and please remember to bring at least 10 people to have hashpah, to have 10 people to have influence on another 10 people. And Bezrat Hashem, we're going to have a very big shir next week. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMashiach Chai V'Kayim L'Olam V'Ed. Amen.